So we understood like vendor invoices. If you look at this one, vendor invoice can be done in different ways. Vendor invoice can be done using invoice journal, purchase order to invoice, pending vendor invoice, invoice register, invoice approval journal, invoice pool. There are many ways we can do vendor invoice. Whereas customer invoice, we can do two different ways. One is pre-text invoice, another one is sales order. These are the two different ways we can acquire. We can sell the material. Whenever we are selling the material to the customer, we can do two types of. One is pre-text invoice, another one is sales order. Pre-text invoice means it is you are providing services to the customer. You are not selling item. You are providing services to the customer. For that, if you are generating invoice, that is pre-text invoice. Sales order invoice means you are delivering material to the customer. Okay. Now, if it is a customer invoice, what is debit and what is credit means customer account data to revenue account credit. Customer account data to revenue account credit. How can I remember? The golden rules we learned. The golden rules. Let me open. Golden rules. Personal account. 3 golden rules. This is rule. You cannot change it. 3 golden rules. One is personal accounts, real accounts, nominal accounts. Personal accounts, real accounts, nominal accounts. Personal accounts means debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real accounts, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal accounts, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. These rules you need to bypass. You need to bypass it. Means you need to pronounce the same thing repeatedly. So this is a rule you cannot modify. Now in this one, debit the receiver. So in the organization chart, we understood we are dispatching material. Customer is receiving material. So the customer is the receiver. Customer is the receiver. Here I'm adding, this is my own word, material. The receiver here, the material receiver. Who is receiving? Customer. Customer is receiving material. Here, the material giver. This vendor is giving to us. So that is the reason vendor account credit at the time of invoice. The giver. Here, the receiver. So customer account. Okay, let me open one more notepad. I'm discussing 21st December 23. So whatever I'm discussing, it is commerce, not dynamics application at all. This is commerce. Okay. So at the time of vendor invoice, expenses account data to vendor account credit. Actually, uh, pure accounts people, they will not use the word credit. They will pronounce like this one. Expenses account data to vendor account. So the credit they will not pronounce. Not required. Automatically it is credit. Expenses account data to vendor account. Vendor account means vendor account credit. How it is coming vendor account credit? So the personal rule, the golden rules, in the golden rules, Personal accounts. These are the three golden rules. In your commerce, BCom, you will learn these three golden rules. The first golden rule is personal accounts. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. What the receiver or giver means money. Material. Material. Who is giving? For us, you compare for this company. This is the vendor company or when supplier companies, vendor or suppliers. These are giving to us. So vendor account credit. At the time of customer invoice, the receiver. Who is receiving? Customer is receiving from our company. So as I told you, even though you are joining in a software company, you need to imagine you are running a business. Suppose mobile shop you are running, or laptops you are purchasing and selling. So laptops who is giving to you? Vendor. So that is vendor account. Okay. Now who is receiving from you? Customer. So now at the time of customer invoice, customer account data. To sales revenue. So how can I remember? The next rule is nominal account, real account, nominal account. In this nominal accounts, what is that nominal account rule? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Incomes means here revenue, that is here. The expenses is here. Personal accounts and nominal accounts. Here it is the rule, personal rule, the material giver. Here the material receiver. This is I have added. Don't use the word. Whenever you are discussing with some other person, don't use the word material because this is for understanding purpose. I have added. This is my own word. As per accounting rules, personal account means the debit the receiver, credit the giver. But for better understanding, I have added material. Then you can understand easy. Next, expenses. Debit all expenses and losses. Debit all expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and gains. So that is the reason it is revenue account. Sales revenue or revenue account will be. Third rule, real account. Real account. Debit what comes in. Credit what goes out. So this rule is for payment, vendor payment. For vendor payment, money is going out. So here what comes in? you can add here money. Whatever I'm adding here, this is for your better understanding. I'm using the word. I'm using this word better understanding. But in reality, there is no money here. What comes in, what goes out. But in reality, the back end, it is what money comes in, so goes out. So for vendor payment means you are paying money, so your cash or bank balance will be decreased. Goes out. Money is going out. Because if you look at the organization, see the entire content, whatever I'm teaching now, this is my own design. This is I created for better understanding to the people. These all words. Okay, so it is added like material, money. This is my own words. This is structure is my own. I have created for understanding to the, so for a better understanding to the participants, whoever is participants. So now, whenever you are doing vendor payment means you are paying money to them. So your money will be decreased. Cash or bank, it will be decreased. So we remember debit means positive. Debit means positive. Credit means negative. Debit means positive. Credit means negative. Now you are paying money to the vendor. So whenever you are paying money, your cash balance or bank balance will be decreased. Suppose in your pocket there are 2000 rupees and you have paid 500 rupees to your friend. Then it will become 2000 minus 500, 1500. Suppose in your bank 25,000 available and you have given check for 10,000 for your friend. You have given a check for 10,000 for your friend. That 10,000 will be decreased. That is this one. So cash or bank is decreased. Whenever you are doing customer payment, your cash or bank balance will be increased. Why? You are receiving money. You are receiving money from from your friend. If you don't mind, Nazim, can you please mute yourself, please? Nazim, we mute him. Muted up. Fine. So customer payment means here, like customer is paying money to you. How you will do the payment? By customer payment means okay, customer is paying money to you. Customer is paying money to you. Definitely it will be increased. Okay. So your money is increasing. Either it is a cash or bank. Customer will do the payment in cash or bank. So customer, whenever you are doing customer payment, cash or bank account data. To remaining, it is vendor payment means vendor. Customer payment means customer. Here it is like credit, then it will be debit. Here it is debit, then it will be. So it is not complex to understand. These four rules, accounts, these four rules, whatever debit and credit, if you learn commerce. That's it. The most complex is this one. Everyone will confuse. Everyone will confuse. So I saw many people confusion about this one. It's a simple rule you need to apply. I know. See, in 1 minute or one shot, you cannot learn. Practice makes man or woman perfect. Practice makes man or woman perfect. If you practice, you can learn this. So this, what is debit, what is credit? If you learn, then that's it. You learn finance. So there are so many people in the market, they will fear about finance. They will fear about finance. The reason behind, they are not sure about what is this. Debits and credits. It is commerce. It is not dynamics. Whatever I'm teaching here now, this is commerce. It is not dynamics application at all. Even if you join for any ERP for finance consultant, you need to understand this debits and credits. These 4 transactions: vendor invoice, vendor payment; customer invoice, customer. The vendor invoice, vendor payment; customer invoice, customer. If you learn these 4 transactions, what is debit, what is credit, that's it. You learn commerce. So entire in intermediate like CAC or MEC, in your degree BCom, in your MBA, all this you are not clear about this one. Debits and credits. The reason behind the teacher or lecturer, whoever is teaching, lecturing, that person have not worked in an organization. Okay, so they don't have real-time experience, only teaching knowledge. So they don't have like real like ERP implementation. They don't know. So they may not be explained in such a way that simplified manner. Now I have given in simplified manner. So this page, if you learn, that's it. You learn comp. You learn accounts. Only this page. It's a single page. That's it. If you are clear about this one page, this around 20 lines, you learn comp. No need to worry. You learn comps. That's it. This is a confusion to everyone. What is going to be debited? What is going to be debited? So next coming weeks also, at least 2 weeks, I will repeat the session. I know a little bit boring for you. Some people who are very sharp and already experienced about this commerce, little bit boring to you, but please bear with me because everyone should know. So in the market, there are so many people who don't know about this debit and credits. They became a finance consultant. There are many people. There are many people who became a finance functional consultant and they don't know what is this debit and credits. But they became a finance functional consultant. But I don't want my students or who learned from me, they should be strong in commerce as well as dynamics application together. So that is the reason whenever I have started like demo, I clearly inform to you, commerce knowledge is important and domain knowledge is important. Domain knowledge means real-time scenario. Domain knowledge and commerce knowledge. Once you learn, then only you can learn how to operate. How to operate is a simple one. But if you want to learn how to operate, first you have to have commerce knowledge, particularly for finance and domain knowledge. Then you can learn how to operate. It is simple. And whenever you are learning, you are applying little bit technical knowledge and ERP. ERP concepts. What is this? I will explain. Okay, so this you need to practice in front of the mirror. What is debit and what is credit? Frankly, I'm speaking, whenever I'm providing training in like classroom sessions, not now, earlier classroom sessions, 5 years before. I have given imposition to write this one 100 times. I will explain repeatedly this one, and he may do mistake. Then I will repeat, I will ask them punishment, write 100 times. And bring this one notebook tomorrow. Because it is very, very important for your career, not for me. It is not for me, it is for your career. Okay. So you need to practice this one a lot. Okay, fine. Let me go now. The next topic, customer payment, vendor payment. Okay, so let me proceed. So vendor invoice, I will show you one by one. Vendor invoice, vendor payment, customer invoice, customer payment. These 4 transactions, let me show you once again in the system. Okay, as I told you, there are different ways. The first one is I'm showing you here, invoice journal. Invoice journal. Let me show you in the system. So, accounts payable, accounts payable, accounts payable, collapse all, invoices, invoice journal, okay, here accounts payable, invoices, invoice journal. Let me write down this invoice journal part, accounts payable, invoices, invoice journal. This is the part. Accounts payable, invoices, invoice journal. Click on new button, click on new button, select the journal name, click on lines button, click on lines button, select the vendor, select the vendor, click on tab, and invoice date is mandatory, invoice date and invoice number. Okay, at the time of vendor invoice, we understood vendor account credit. So I need to enter credit. Then here offset account, it is expenses, expenses, some expense account we have selected. Click on save and post. Okay, now if you verify the voucher, expenses account data to vendor account credit. So here office expenses, office supplies expenses account data to vendor account. This is vendor invoice. Vendor payment means accounts payable, collapse all, payments, vendor payment journal. Click on new, select the journal name, go to lines, select the vendor. Now click on settle transactions. Just now we have generated one invoice. If you want, you can go here. You can see the invoice. Just now we have generated. It is INV 239. Click OK. It is coming. So some discount is coming. That is the reason Instead of 100, it is coming 90. Actually, there is a discount. So what is the discount, from where it is coming? You will understand later. Some discount offer is there. Instead of 100, there is a discount. Okay. From where it is coming, you will understand slowly. You will understand slowly about this discounts. Okay. Now we can select, while doing payment, I can select cash or bank. I'm showing you cash. I'm doing cash payment. Okay. Now, so now if you verify the voucher, it is cash or bank account data to, sorry, our vendor balance account data to cash or bank credit. Because whenever you are doing vendor payment, your money is going out. I will keep here vendor invoice, vendor payment, customer invoice, customer payment. I will make it together. Okay. So at the time of vendor invoice, vendor account credit. At the time of vendor payment, your cash or bank account will be credited because your money is going out. Means vendor account debit. This transaction we saw just now. Vendor invoice, vendor payment. Okay. So what is debit? What is credit? It is your commerce knowledge unit. So next, customer invoice, customer payment. Let me do customer invoice, customer. For that one, accounts receivable, collapse all, invoice, pretext invoice. Click on new, select the customer. Suppose B0, like B098 customer. Here, revenue account you need to select. Revenue account we need to select. Suppose $120. And then at the time of customer invoice, so it is credit limit related functionality. We'll discuss this one later. So we need to understand always blue ribbon, orange and red. If it is coming red means it is stopping. You need to understand those things also. Okay. Now it is orange. Orange means it is processed, but it is a warning. So what is this? You will understand later. It is credit limit related function. What is this credit limit? How it will be relevant? We'll discuss that. Now, if you verify the voucher, customer account data to revenue account credit. It is not immediately reflecting. For that, we need to go to general ledger. General ledger, periodic tasks, subledger journal entry is not yet transferred. You need to click on transfer. And it will show you the voucher. So customer account data to revenue account credit. Customer balance account data to revenue. This is at the time of customer invoice. Next, customer payment. Customer payment means it is cash or bank will be debited and the customer account credit. So let me do customer payment. Accounts receivable, collapse are payments, customer payment journal. Click on new, select the journal name, click on lines, select the customer, and just now we have posted invoice 120 that you can select here, settle transactions. This is for which customer you have posted. It is 98 customer, B098 customer. Let me select 98 customer. Then you can click on settle transactions. Now it will show you the 100, 120. Click OK. Now it is coming automatically. You can select ledger and cash account 110, 180. And post. While doing customer payment means you are receiving money from the customer. So your cash or bank balance will be increased. So cash or bank account data to customer account. So these two transactions and these two transactions, you need to practice. So in the demo, I told you clearly what is my task, what is your task. So I told you like I will refresh your commerce knowledge and I'm explaining domain knowledge, all are real-time scenarios and how to operate your learning with a little bit technical knowledge. You are understanding technical words slowly. And what is your task? Practice with the system. This is your task. You need to practice with the system. So how can I practice? I don't have any data. Then I told you there are three options. So free link I will arrange you on Tuesday in the WhatsApp. So no session tomorrow. On a Saturday, Sunday, actually it is off because I will conduct manufacturing sessions. 25th is Christmas holiday. Okay. 26th onwards it will be continuous. From 26th onwards it will be continuous the sessions. Okay. 26th, whoever is paid fee, those people only will be allowed. Now I will give you temporary link on 26th for practicing. Okay. And this links, if you want a web link or if you want to install in your laptop, you can approach this person, Rajashekar. Okay, this 94942545826. This is web link means it is valid for 6 months. If it is installed in your laptop, it will be permanent. He will charge small amount of money. Okay, this is temporary link, only temporary purpose. It will not help you. Only temporary purpose you can use it. But this is the permanent solution for you. Either one you need to purchase from web link from Rajashekar or install in your either one. Okay. So you need to practice this vendor invoice, vendor payment, customer invoice, customer. Applying golden. Okay. Now, during vendor payment, we did it cash payment. Also bank payment. Here also cash payment and So we learned cash payment just now. You have selected cash account. Simply you have selected cash account, the ledger account. Fine. If it is a bank payment, customer is paying money, check. Customer is giving check. Customer giving check. Okay. In our Indian language, check means CHEQUE, but as per English, it is CHECK. So in the system, we cannot enter as a check field. It is payment reference number. It is called payment reference number. Okay. Let me show you once again. Accounts receivable, payments, customer payment journal. Click on new, select the journal name, go to lines, select the customer, and then you have entered amount. Suppose if it is a bank check, then you need to select method of payment check. Okay, method of payment check. So if you receive a check from your customer, then you need to go to bank. You need to go to bank. Okay, and then you need to take a slip and you need to write this. Whatever you have received a check from your friend or from your customer, you need to fill this check details in the deposit slip form. So for customer payment, deposit slip is mandatory. Deposit slip. In this deposit slip, the most important is the check number you will enter here. That check number you need to enter here as a payment reference number. Payment reference number. And you will enter here the bank details. So you need to enter here ICICI Bank, Chandanagar branch. So deposit slip must, because you are filling this one and you are submitting to your bank, because this check is SBI check. This check is suppose SBI check. And you have bank ICICI Bank. Or this check is ICICI check and you have HDFC Bank. Otherwise, this is HDFC check and I have Tamil Nadu Gramina Bank, Telangana Gramina Bank, Andhra Bank. Okay, it may be different, it may be same. So, whenever you have received a check from your customer, you need to make sure deposit slip is mandatory. And then this is bank and this is payment reference number. All these setups we have configured here in the accounts receivable module. Setup. Here in this methods of payment. Check method of payment. I have made here a setup. Offset account type bank. So here offset account type, offset account is bank. Next, deposit slip is mandatory. So I'm enabling deposit slip. And then payment reference number. That payment reference number means check number. Suppose I have not entered these things. I have not enabled this one and I am posting. I am posting now. Okay, if I post here, what happens? It is throwing error message. As I told you, blue ribbon, orange ribbon, red. If this red is coming means the operation will be cancelled. Operation will be cancelled. So this is your task. You need to understand why I'm not able to post. So it will give you message details. Deposit slip must be filled. And payment reference not specified. You need to understand. Once you understand, then you are going to act on this one. I need to enable this one. Then I understood and I have acted on this message. Now I'm closing this warning message, error message and everything. Now I'm trying to post. So once it is posted, it is cash or bank account data to cash or bank account data to customer account credit. That is this one. Cash or bank is coming money to me. What comes in? Money is coming to me. The customer. Okay. Any questions about customer invoice, customer payment, vendor invoice, vendor? These 4 transactions: vendor invoice, vendor payment, customer invoice, customer payment. These 4 transactions, if you practice, that is enough. More enough. Okay. These 4 you need to practice. As I told you, your task and my task. So my task is I'm going to teach you in this manner. And your task is practice with the system. Practice with the system. And if you don't have communication skills, you need to join English course, spoken English course, and you need to improve your communication skills. And education qualification, we cannot modify now. Whatever you did it. That's it. Then you can try for opportunities in the market. So I'm concentrating on these 4 skills, and you need to focus on this. So I'm teaching transactions, I'm teaching masters. Slowly I'm going to teach you setups and configurations also. This is setups and configuration. Setups is, this is a setup. This method of payment is a setup. Method of payment is a setup. Okay. Configuration means it is journal name. You have to configure these journal names. That you are going to learn in future. How to configure this journal. How to configure this journal name, you will understand later. Okay, fine. The next one is one more important topic, main account types. Main accounts classification. The classification of chart of accounts are main accounts. Chart of accounts are main accounts. So for this, I have drawn an Excel file. I have explained. Chart of accounts are classified into trial balance. The trial balance is equal to balance sheet plus profit and loss account. The sum of balance sheet plus profit and loss account total 0. Always 0. It is a customer invoice. customer account data to revenue account. It is a vendor invoice, expenses account data to vendor account. It is a customer payment. It is a customer payment. Here it is cash or bank account data to customer account. It is a vendor payment. Here cash or bank account, like vendor account data to cash or bank. Okay. So one is assets, two liabilities, three equities, four sales revenue or revenues, five cost of goods, six expenses, seven other incomes, eight appropriation. Chart of accounts, one assets, two liabilities, three equities, four sales revenue, five cost of goods, six expenses, seven other income, eight appropriate. Okay. One assets, two liabilities, three equities, four sales revenue, five cost of goods, six expenses, seven other incomes, eight appropriate. Where we can see these things? Where we can see? Let me go to the application. You can see here chart of accounts, general ledger, collapse all, chart of accounts, chart of accounts. Shared chart of accounts, you can see one assets. The main account type is also asset. Two liabilities, two series liabilities. And three series, it is equities. Look at this one. Three series, it is equities. Four series, it is revenue. So here in the Excel, four series, it is revenue. Four series and seven. Four series is sales revenue. Seven series is other. Four series, it is revenue. Five series, it is cost of goods. Five series, it is cost of goods. COG. Five series. Six series is expenses. Five series also expenses only, but expenses, it is cost of goods. Cost of goods expense. So series 5, 6 series are expenses only, but for cost of goods and expenses. 5 series and 6 series. Next 7 series, it is other incomes. Revenue only, it is other incomes. 7. 8 is appropriation. So that 8 is not here, it is not given. So it is mix of all. 8 series is mix of all. Look at this. It is a mix. Okay. So you need to learn this one, the series. It is not a rule. It is not a rule. Whereas this one, it is a rule. 1 second. Let me copy this one. don't want demo. Let's see this. So chart of accounts is classified into assets, liabilities, equities, sales revenue, cost of goods, expenses, other incomes, and appropriation. This is not a rule. This is a best practice only. This is a best practice. Whereas this one is a rule. Rule means there is no logic, you need to remember. That's it. Whereas here it is best practice. So you may follow this one or you may not follow this one. But for learning purpose, for practice purpose, you can learn one way, just like car driving. Suppose if you want to learn car driving, you should not confuse yourself like one day in India and one day in Dubai. If you practice one day in India and one day in Dubai, you will confuse whether I need to take left hand free or right hand free. Okay, so one way you need to learn. So chart of accounts are classified into 1 assets, 2 liabilities, 3 equities, 4 sales revenue, 5 cost of goods, 6 expenses, 7 other incomes, 8 appropriation. Later on, if you want to modify, yes, you can modify your wish. Okay, so this is not a rule. This is not a rule. This is more about information, like best practice. Microsoft best practice. Microsoft has designed like this. It is a best practice. Microsoft best practice. Okay, 1 assets, 2 liabilities. Yes, yes, please.
I have a question. So is this best practice will apply for even different ERPs or this is only for Dynamics 365?
See, that is client to client, company to company, it may vary.
Okay, it
Some
is not
companies
the
they will
same.
follow 1 as revenue, sales revenue, 2 as expenses, and 3 as assets, 3 series. That depends. It's not only ERP, company to company also it will be vary. But Microsoft is proposing this one. If you want to use it, you can use it. Otherwise, you can change your as per the client.
Got it.
It's not a best. It's not a mandatory rule. It is only practice. Only practice. So whenever we are implementing in a client place, we will propose this one. At that time, if the customer is happy, he will continue. Otherwise, no, I don't want this set. I want this first set should be this one, profit and loss account. These are balance. This is P&L account. These are profit balance sheet items. So I want this one as one. Yeah, I need to follow. I don't have alternative. But this is I'm proposing. If you are okay, proceed. Otherwise, whatever client is giving the number sequence, that you need to follow. But I will try to convince the client as much as possible to follow this best practice. This is a good thought because for trial balance was split into balance sheet plus profit and loss account. Balance sheet is first, then profit and loss account. So here 1, 2, 3 series is balance sheet because here balance sheet means assets, liabilities, equities. Assets and liabilities. In your commerce, you learned only assets and liabilities. But here it is current assets and fixed assets, liabilities and equities. So balance sheet means assets plus liabilities in your commerce. Profit and loss account means expenses and income, revenue. Okay, but numbering will be given by Microsoft best practice like this. And
Not
Monday,
have doubt.
not
Sir, actually, as far as I know, as a technical, we have so many best practices like use find method or like that. But in functional, do we have any best practices we should follow like this, like that, sir?
so that is learning practice. In the practice, as I told you, this is one best practice. Like this, you will find so many one by one. In your learnings, you will learn. That is, for
Okay, sir.
code should not deviate. For that, we need to follow best practice. Here also, the business should not confuse. For that, we are following best practice. Suppose one accountant, the accountant is working in that company and they are following like this. First set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. Then I cannot change their mindset, accountant mindset. So I need to follow accountant whatever they are. So simple example, this best practice example is, if I want to bring my chappals and keep in kitchen, is not a best practice. I can bring shoes and I can, if I want to keep in kitchen, can I have any problem? Yes, you can keep it in the kitchen. But the problem is, through the shoes or chappals, the dust may come out and it will spoil your kitchen. So don't keep your shoes in the kitchen. This is a best practice, because if you are keeping your shoes in the kitchen, what happens? The dust will be spread in the kitchen and it will spoil your food. No, I want to keep always this shoes keep clean and I will put it in my kitchen. Yeah, put it. There is no objection. But in a structured manner, we are keeping in the same manner here.
Okay, sir. So if we have any doubt regarding commerce, for example, we should ask client accountant. Am I right, sir? We should interact with client accountant or client
Yes,
auditor.
yes.
Is it possible like that, sir?
So it is possible, but your value will be decreased. Why are you approaching that person? You can approach your friends, colleagues.
Okay.
If you are asking business user, they may think like you don't know about that one.
Okay, sir.
It will give you a bad impression to the client. You don't know about this product, or you don't know about commerce. So usually
Okay.
I don't have any ego problems, but I don't want to ask the customer or client. Rather than that one, I can check with my friends majority times. So there is no session on tomorrow. Okay, actually started Friday also it will be session, but I'm not conducting 22nd session, and 25th it is holiday, and we are going to connect once again on 26th. Whoever is paid fee, those people only will be allowed into the session. So in the WhatsApp group, already I have created WhatsApp group. In that WhatsApp group, I will publish the new link. Okay, so from Tuesday onwards, we'll continue the sessions without any